Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue the same module, that is a website design, and the same chapter, that is chapter number 1, chapter number 10, that is HTML tables. In the last class we have covered some few topics of the chapter number 10, that is HTML tables. Now I'm going to continue with chapter number 10, that is HTML tables, and one of the main concepts that we are going to study today, that is the cell padding and the cell spacing, how to create the or how to insert the cell padding and the cell spacing within the table in HTML. But before this, let's take a quick review what we have covered in the last class, that is the chapter number 9, that is the HTML images. So let's start with chapter number 9, that is the HTML images, then moves to the today's topic, that is chapter number 10, that is the HTML tables. So in the last class we have started with the chapter number 9, that is the HTML images, that is how to insert the HTML images, how to insert the images within the HTML. So images are very important to beautify as well as to predict many complex concepts. So it is used to beautify or give many complex concepts in simple way on your web page. So web images are used to modify or to simplify or to give or beautify as well as to depict many complex problems or many complex concepts in simple way on the web page. And this tutorial will take you through simple steps to use images in your web pages, that is what are the various web pages that is used to destroy or that is used to bring in the HTML pages. The next is the insert image, that is how to insert the images within the HTML, that is inserting the image. So you can insert any image in your web page by using the img tag. So it is using the img tag. So it is used the img tag that is used for the inserting the images, that is img tag. And following is a simple syntax to use the img tag. So this is img, then src, that is the source, then the url of the image, then attribute list. So this is the url that is given for the image, so that is given by the image src equals to. So this is the tag that is used for the image insertion, that is the img src code, and the image url. It is a url that specifies with the image that is available with the image that we can take or you can take with the help of the properties. When we right click on the image, there will be a property that is known as the properties, and then go to the properties, copy the url, that is the url of the image, that is the img src equals to image url, and the attribute name. So in the last class we have discussed some attributes like height, weight, so that you can adjust the height, you can adjust the weight of the width of the url, that is the image url. So that is the image src equals to image url, that is the name of the image, or that is the url of the image. Then there will be attribute name. The image tag is an empty tag, as there is no requirement, or it can contain only the list of the attribute, and it has no closing tag, that is it has no closing tag that is used with the image tag, that is used with the img tag. For example, let's try this one, or let's try the code that is used to make the empty code, that is used to make the container tag, that is used to make the empty tag of the container. So that means it cannot, or it can contain only list of the attributes, and it has no closing tag, that is image tag is used, that is empty tag, that means there is no closing tag, only the opening tag will be used, that is the img tag. This is one of the example that is used. We have discussed this example. We have done when we have taken one picture, we have taken one image that is used to insert the images in the example. That is a image that we have taken, that is our image name is I think flower.jpg, that is used, that is a desert.jpg. This is the example that we have discussed about image. And we can use the PNG format, JPG format, or the GIF format based images in the HTML. So you can set the HTML, you can set the PNG, JPG, or the GIF image file format, that is based on your comfort, but make sure that your file is correct, your image is correct, your mail is correct. So this is the simple image inside. This is the desert image. ये तो चल गया लेकिन ऑटोमेटिक तो चल गया मेरा ये मेरा काम तो so sorry for the delay. Now let's start the session again. There is some bandwidth problem. So next chapter is the chapter number 10. That is the HTML tables. That is how to work with the HTML tables. We have discussed some few topics of the HTML tables in the last class. So what is a table? That is a collection of or combination of the row and the column. So whenever we combine multiple rows and the multiple columns, that is known as the tables. So HTML tables allows the web authors to arrange data like text, images, links and other tables into rows and the columns of the cell. So there are three concepts. One is a row that is represented by the tr, one is a column that is represented by the td, one is a cell that is also represented by the td. So within a row there will be a cell, that is there will be a multiple cell that is known as, that is represented by the td. So one is a tr, that is a table row, one is a th, that is a table heading, one is a td, that is a table data, that is a cell. So in this we are using the table tag for creating the structure, that there is a tr tag that is used to table rows and td that is used to create the data cells. This is one of the example that we have discussed. Then next is this is example. In this the structure we have defined the border equals to 1. We have defined the border or the thickness of the table is 1. That is thickness of the table, that is a boundary, or we can say the border that is given for the table is the 1. Then we are giving two headings, that is a name and the salary. Then the tier will be closed. Then again next row, in the next row we are passing the data, that is the name is a Raman or Rajesh Raman and 5,000 salary, and next row is a Shabir Hussain and the 7,000 salary. This is the output, that is the name and the salary, Rakesh or Ramesh Raman and the Shabir Hussain. This is we have discussed in the last class, that is how to create the table. This is very important. Now next there are two attributes, that is today's topic, that is how to apply the two attributes on the table. What are the two attributes? Main two attributes that will apply on the table, that is the cell padding and the cell spacing. So there are two attributes known as the cell padding and the cell spacing, which you will use to adjust the white space in your table cells. That means if there is more margin, you can adjust the table cells, you can adjust the, we can say the blank margins, white space in the table cells, by applying two attributes. What are the two attributes? One is a cell padding, one is a cell spacing. These are the two attributes that you will use to adjust the white space in your table cells. The cell spacing attribute defines the width of the border. That is cell spacing. How much space will be given to the cell? That represents the width of the border. That means cell spacing is used to represent the width of the border, while cell padding represents the distance between the cell border and the content. That is, what is the main difference between the cell border and the content? That is how it works. So cell padding means distance between the cell border and the content. Cell spacing means the space between two cells. That is a cell spacing. So remember, cell padding is within the cell and cell spacing is between the cells. Remember, as a name advice, cell spacing, that is how much space will be required between two cells. Cell padding means how much space will be required to for the data and the border of the cell. Now this is one of the example of the cell spacing and the padding. This is the name and the salary, Rakesh Raman TD. Now this is the output where apply the cell padding and the cell spacing. There are 5 pixels. This is 5 pixels. So look, this is a gap. There is a gap between two cells. If we look at the, this is a cell spacing, that means there is a gap between these, that is a cell spacing. Now if I want to execute this code, so first of all understand what this say. So first of all there is a doc type, that is the document type is the HTML, then the HTML, that is the starting of the HTML, then the head will be starting, then the title. What is the title? That is the HTML table self padding, that is the HTML table will be used, that is representing the self padding. Then the head will be closed and the body will be open. When the body will be opened, table will be opened that contains a border equals to 1. That means the border of the table is 1. So what the thickness of the table? That is a 1. Then cell padding equals to 5. Cell spacing equals to 5. Cell padding means the gap between the cell and the content is 5, and the gap between the different cells is the 5. So cell padding is 5 and the cell spacing is also 5. So border is given as a 1, padding is given as a 5, spacing is given as a 5. Then TR, that is used for the row, and within the TR there are two headings, one is a name, one is a salary. So there are two headings that will be given, name and the salary. Then TR will be closed, then again new TR will be opened. The name is a Ramesh Raman and the TD is the salary is a 5,000. Then TR will be closed. So this is one row for the content. Then again new TR will be starting. Then TD is a Shabir Hussain. Then the TR will be closed. Then the table will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. Now let's execute this code. So now let's execute this code. If I press Ctrl S, go to the notepad, press the Ctrl V, press Ctrl S, cellpadding.html, put on the desktop, save the file, go to the cell padding, double click on the cell padding. When you double click on the cell padding, the output will be generated. Now let's see what is the output. This is the output. You see the difference. You see the gap between these cells. These gaps are represented by the cell spacing. So this is a gap that is represented by the cell spacing. That is cell spacing equals to 5. In the same way, there is a gap between the Ramesh Raman and the border of the cell that is represented by the cell padding. So there are two types. One is a cell spacing, one is a cell padding. Cell padding provides a gap between the content and the border, and the cell spacing provides a gap, provides a we can say the space between the different cells. These are the different cells, so it provides a gap between different cells. So this is how the cell padding and the cell spacing will be used. Now remember, cell spacing means the space that is given between the cells. Cell padding means the space that is given between the content and the border of the cell, or we can say the boundary of the cell. Now next attribute is the row span and the col span. So we can also merge the two rows together into one row. We can also merge the two cells together into one cell. That is represented by the, or that is done by the row span and the col span. So you will use the col span attribute if you want to merge two or more columns into a single column, and if you want to merge two or more rows, then you can do the, then you can do it by the row span. So you can either use the row span, you can either use the col span. Col span is used for merging the two or more rows. Col span is used to merging the two or more columns, and the row span can be used to merging two or more rows. So this is the doc type, that is the HTML. Then the HTML will be starting, that the head will be starting, then the title. What is the title? That is the HTML table row span col span. So that is HTML table row span and the col span. Then the head will be closed, then the body will be starting. When the body will be starting, that is table border equals to 1. That means whatever the table whatever the border that is given to the table, that is equals to 1. That means the boundary, that means thickness of the border of the table is the 1. Then TR, next is the TR, that is a table row, and there are three headings that is represented by the TH, that is column 1, column 2, column 3. So first row contains a heading that is represented by the column 1, column 2, column 3, that is done with the help of the TH. That is column 1, then column 2, then column 3 within the same row. That is 3 cells will be created with the help of the TH. Now next row will be used, or next row will be started, then TD, and in the first row we are spanning, or we are merging the two rows, that is represented by the row span equals to 2. So whenever we use a TD, that is in the first cell, two rows are merged together, that is the row span equals to 2. That means two rows are merged together by the use of the row span. So how many rows are merged together? That is 2. How I know? Because it is given as a 2. Then row 1 cell 1, the first or the content of the two merged rows will be the row 1 cell 1, then the TD will be closed. The next TD, that is the row 1 cell 2, then the TD will be closed. Then the third TD, that is the row 1 cell 3. Now in the first cell the two rows are merged, but not in the second and the third cell. Then again the next TR, then TD, that is a row 2 cell 2 TD, row 2 cell 3 TD. Why this is not available as a row 1 cell 1? Why? Because already two rows are merged together. Then again next row. Now in the first column the three columns are merged together. Why 3? Because it is giving as a three columns are merged together into one column, and that is represented by the row 3 cell 1, that is row 3 and the cell 1. Then the TD will be closed and the TR will be closed. That is the call span equals to 3, row 3 and the cell 1. Then the table will be closed, body will be closed, and the HTML will be closed. This is one of the example. The first heading is the same, that is the column 1, column 2, column 3. Now in the first cell, two rows are merged. So these are the two rows that are merged together with the use of the row span equals to 2. Then row 1 cell 2, this is row 1 cell 2, this is row 1 cell 3, row 2 cell 2, row 2 cell 3. Now in last three rows are or three columns are merged together, that is 1 2 3, three columns are merged together and the name is the row 3 and the cell 1. This is row 3 and the cell 1. This is the output, that is how we are represented, that is how rows are merged together and columns are merged together. And this is one of the important we can say the attributes that is used with the table, that is cell spacing, cell padding, and the row span and the call span. Now let's execute this code. Press the Control C, go to cell padding, press new, press in, then press the Control S. Now what is the meaning, what is the name, that is a row span dot html. Put on the desktop, go to desktop. When you open with the desktop, this is column 1, column 2, column 3. So there are three columns in first heading, that is a TH. Then row 1 cell 1, that is two rows are merged together and these are the given as the different rows. Then three columns are merged together within one column, that is a row 3 cell 1, that is the third column, or we can say that is a third row or the last row that contains three columns, that is column 1, column 2, and column 3. Now next is the table background. That is, what is the table background, or how to represent the table, or how to give the table background. So you can set the table background using one of the following two ways. So you can use the following two ways to set the table background. First is the BG color attribute. So we can give the table background within two criteria by using two ways. First is the BG color attribute. So you can set the background color for whole table or just for one cell. So you can set the background color for either whole of the table or just for the one cell. That is represented by the BG color attribute. So there will be a background color that is represented for the whole table or just for one cell, that is represented by the BG color attribute. The next is the background attribute. You can set the background image for whole table or just for one cell. So you can set the background image, you can set the background part or image for whole table or just for the one cell, that is the background attribute. So one is a BG color that is used to represent, or that is used to give the background color of the table. One is only the background attribute that is used to give the background image to the table, that is the background attributes. So for a color we use BG color, for the image we use the background image. And you can also set the border color using the border color attribute. So next attribute that is used is the border color attribute, right? Now this is an example of showing how to use the BG color, how to use the background attribute. So first is the doc type HTML, then HTML, then head, then title. What is the title? That is the HTML table background. The name of the title is the HTML table background. The title will be closed, then the head will be closed, then the body will be open. And whenever the body will be opened, then within the body the table will be started. What is the table content? That is a border equals to 1, border color equals to green, BG color equals to yellow. There are three parts. One is the border equals to 1, one is the border color equals to green, one is the BG color equals to yellow. So thickness of the border is a 1, color of the border of the table is a green, and the BG color, that is the background color of the table, is the yellow. That is the BG color equals to yellow. Then the TR will be opened, and this TR contains three headings, that is a column 1, column 2, column 3. So there are three levels of heading, or there are three cells that is defined in the TR, that is column 1, then column 2, and the column 3. Then the TR will be closed, then the TR will be opened, then TD, that is a row span equals to 2, that means the same, the two rows are merged together, the same content, then two rows are merged, then the TD will be closed, then the TD will be opened, row 1 cell 2, row 2 row 1 cell 3, then again TR, then TD, row 2 cell 2, and again same, again three columns are merged together into one column, and the content is the row 3 cell 1, and the TD will be closed, TR will be closed. Then the table will be closed and the body will be closed, HTML will be closed. So this is the part of the HTML. We can say this is the part of the attribute that will be given in the HTML table. So this is the document type HTML, then HTML head, title, head will be closed, then the body will be opened, then border equals to 1, background color, border color, that is giving as a attributes. And now this is the output. What is the BG color? That is a yellow. That means the yellow is a BG color. That means the background color of that whole table is yellow. That is the BG color equals to yellow. That is the background color is yellow. Then the border color equals to green. Look, the border color of this one is the green. The border of this one is green. So BG color is yellow, border is 1, and the border color is the green. You see the output, that is exactly the same what we have given in the attributes. Now let's execute this code. Simply use or simply cut paste this code. Now press Ctrl C, go to the notepad, use the Ctrl N or open the new file. Now press Ctrl S, that is bg color dot html, put on the desktop, then bg color dot html, this is open. Now you see the output. The background color is the green and the border color is equals to green. So one is the background color is yellow and the background border color is the green. So background color means whatever the background color of this rows and the column, that is the yellow, and the Border color is a green. What we are giving, that is the output. That is the border color equals to green, border yellow. Now if I use red over here, for example, and this color is a yellow. Now press Ctrl S, put the F5. Now look the difference. The background color is the red and the border color equals to yellow. That is the output. So we can also change by this one. We can also change the color. We can also increase the thickness by giving over here, that is a 7. Now you see the difference. The border color is yellow and the background color is red. So you can specify any color to the background, any color to the border, any color to the border color, any thickness to the border, anything that you want, that you can apply to the BG color or the table attributes, right? Now this is an example of using the background attribute. That is how the background images will be displayed. That is how we can give the background images. So this I will discuss after the break. So let's take a break, then move to this background attribute. That is how to use the background attribute within the table. So let's take a break right now. So now come back from the break. Now let's start the session again. So next is the background attribute, that is how to use the background attributes within the HTML table. So one is the background color, that is a BG color. Now next is the background attribute, that is a background image. This is the title that is used, that is the HTML table background, that is the title that is given with the attributes, that is the HTML tables or HTML table background. Then the head will be closed, then the body will be opened, then the table border equals to 1. That means the border of the table is 1. Border color equals to green. The same border color that is given is a green. Now in place of BG color, we can give the BG color also, but in place of BG color it is represented, that is the background equals to images test.png. That means the background image is the image, that is the test.png as per this example. But as per my example, I'm taking my laptop images, for example the desert.jpg, right? Now next is tr. Again the row will be started. Then there are 3 headings, there are 3 cells. One is a column 1, one is a column 2, one is a column 3. Then again the tr will be closed. Then again the tr will be open, new tr. So this is one row and this is another row. Within another row there will be a row span, the same category, the row span equals to 2. Then the row 1, cell 1, that will be used. Then the td will be closed, that is the cell will be closed. Then new td will be opened. Then row 1, cell 2, new td, that is a row 1, cell 3. So it combines 2 rows, that is done by the row span. Then in the next tr, that is this is the tr, and this there is the td that contains a row 2 cell 2, and the next td is a row 2 cell 3. So there are 2 tds that will be used in the next row. So sorry. Then in the last tr there will be a call span. That means the 3 columns are merged together, that is a call span. Then td will be closed and the tr will be closed. Then table will be closed and the body will be closed, html will be closed. So this is the example of the background attribute, that is how to give the background attribute. Now this will produce the following result, that is column 1, column 2, column 3. Here background image is not applied to the table header. That will not apply to the table header. Now let's see this program, this code, because this is not visible to you. Now you take this image path, where is the image, that is the image. Now go to the save. What is the name, that is a background dot html. Put on the desktop, go to the desktop. This is background.html. Now let's see what is the output. This is nothing will be given. Sorry, not this is background color. This is background equals to this one. Image will not be displayed. I don't know why. if I give only the name, that is a desert.jpg. If I press Ctrl S, go to this one, this will not work. But this is available, that is a background equals to bg color image with the image directory. This background will not come. Background color is available, that is border color is available, that is green. Now background is not available over here. We are giving the background. Suppose I am giving only this one. No, not okay. Now again I am taking the path, that is the C users public. Now going to this one, that is again type this one. Now press the Ctrl S, go to again this code, that is not available. Now if I supply the code, that is the background. Now if I open this file within the Mozilla Firefox, now let's see. Now let's see another picture. Now this also not represent any photo, any picture. Now again go to the pictures. Go to the pictures. Take out one more picture, maybe that does not work. Now go to this one. Now go to this code again. Put over here. Now this will not work. This will not work. I don't know why. Now let's see. Now let's see in the tomorrow's class. That is what is the error. I will confirm you. Now don't waste the time right now. So now let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next attribute, that is the table heights and the width. So we can also adjust the table height and the width with the help of the attribute that is known as the height and the width. In the last class we have seen that how to change the image height and the width by supplying in either pixel, either in the percentage. So we can also apply the we can change the table width and the height as per the requirement. So you can set a table width and the height using the width and the height attribute. You can specify the table width or height in terms of the pixel or in terms of the percentage of available screen area. As I said, either we can give the height or the percentage, height or the width in the percentage or in the pixel. This is one of the example, that is a doc type HTML, then HTML head, then the title will be open, then HTML table width height, then title will be closed, then the head will be closed, body will be open. Now table border equals to 1, that means the border, that is the thickness of the table, is the 1, width equals to 400, height equals to 150. That is the width that is given of the table is the 400 and the height of the table that is given is the 150. Then tr will be used. That means this is the structure. That is, what is the structure? Table has a border 1, width has a 400, and height has a 150. Whole table, that is structure of the table, that is the boundary of the table is of the height 150 pixel, table is of the width 400 pixel. Then tr, that is a row will be opened. Then td, that is row 1 column 1. First column is the row 1 column 1, then again td, again row 1 column 2, then tr will be closed. So this is one tr. In this, that contain, or this contain two TDs, that is two cells in one row, that is row 1 column 1, that is row 1 column 2. Then again next row, that is a again two row TDs, that is a row 2 column 1, row 2 column 2, again TD will be closed, then again TR will be closed. So this is one TR, that is one row, then the table will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. So this is the height of the 150 pixels and the width is of the 400 pixels. So we can also give the height and the percentage in either percentage, or we can also give the height and the width either in the percentage or in the pixels. That is a row 1 column 1, row 1 column 2, row 2 column 1, row 2 column 2. That is the output that is represented by the HTML, right? So this is, press the Control C, go to this one, click on new one, then give the table dot html, go to the desktop. Already exists, do you want to replace? No. So we can give the name as a table height dot html. Now press the Control save button. Now go to the desktop, this is table height. Now you see the output, that the table height is of the 150 pixel and the width is of the 400 pixels. This is the output, the table that is used. So this is the row 1 column 1, row 1 column 2, row 2 column 1, row 2 column 2. This is the height of the table that is given is the this one, right? Now if I change the height to the 200 and the width to the 200 and the height is same. Now let's see what is the difference. The table is shrink, that is that the width is 200 and the height is the 150 only. Now if I want to change the height also, if I want to represent only 50, that is a small table, go to refresh, the small table will be used, that is of the height is of the 200, sorry, height is of the 50 pixel and width is of the 200 pixel. Now if I apply to the 30%, now if I give in the 30% and the height is of 20%, for example, as per my window, this is height is of 20% and the width is of 30%. Now if I change it to 50 and the 50, now it will take the half page of the browser, like this one. This is the 50 percentage, that is the width, and the height is also of the 50 percentage. Right, so we can give the height and the width either in the pixel or in the percentage. Now next is the table caption, that is how to use the table caption, or what is the criteria to use the table caption. So the caption tag will serve as a title or explanation for the table, and it shows up at the top of the table. So if I want to give the heading of the table, so we can give the heading, or we can give the heading by use of the table caption, and this tag is represented within the, or this tag is newly introduced in the HTML and the XHTML, right? So this is the doc type HTML, then HTML head, title, HTML table caption, then head will be closed, body will be starting, then table border equals to 1. That means the border that is given is the 1, then width equals to 100%. That means the width of the table is 100%, like this one. And caption is, this is the caption, this is given, this is the caption, this is the table heading that is given, that will given by the caption tag. Everything is same, but only the caption tag will be used, that is used to represent the table heading. Now if I use to this one, go to the new, press the Control V, press the Control S, then the caption .html, put on the desktop, go to the desktop, this is caption.html. Now let's see the output. Now let's see the output. This is the caption that is given, this is the heading that is given, this is the caption. Then this is the row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2. So this is the code that is given for the HTML. Now this is the attribute, that is the title is the HTML table caption, this is the label, caption is, this is the caption. Now let's say if I want to change, this is the caption to the, this is the heading. Now if I press Ctrl S, go to this one, press that one. Now this will change, this is the heading, right? So whatever we are giving in the caption tag, that will be used as a table heading. Again the tr, td, again the td, tr, te, table will be closed. This is the caption tag that is used to give the heading of the table. Now next is the table header, body, and the footer. So if I want to give the table header, that will be used to create a separate table header. If I want to indicate the main body of the table, that is done by the t body, and the footer, that is separate footer, that is used for the t foot. This is the title, that is the HTML table, then border equals to 1, width equals to 100%. Now t head, that means in the table heading there is one row that contains the call span equals to 4. This is the head of the table, then the row, then again t head will be closed, then t foot, that is the call span 4. This is the foot of the table, then the t body. Within the body there are 4 cells in one row, and then t body will be closed, t table will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. This is the one that contains the call span equals to 4. That means the four columns will be merged together, and this is the head of the table. Head means the starting of the table, that is done by the call span, that is done by the table heading. Then cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4, that is done by the t body. Then at the foot, this is the foot of the table, that is represented by the t foot. So remember, t head is used for giving the heading of the table, t body will be used to give the content of the table, t foot will be used to give the lowest part of the table. Now if I press the Control S, go to this one, go to the new, go to this one, press on the save, then this is the bit, what is the code, that is the t head dot html, put on the desktop, that is t head dot html. this is the head of the table, that is the starting phase. Then cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4. Then this is the foot of the table, that is the ending of the, or we can say the lowest of the table or the foot of the table. So this is T head, this is the T body, this is the T foot. So 3 tags will be used. Now next is the nested tags, that is how to represent the nested tags, nested tables, that is one table within another table, that is a nesting table. So you can use one table inside another table, or you can also represent, or you can also put, or you can also do one table within the another table or inside another table, that is known as the nested table. So you can use the one table inside another table. Not only tables, you can use almost all the tags inside table tags, that is a TD. So nested table means one table within the another table. So following is the example of using another table, other tags inside a table. This is the title, HTML table, head, body, border equals to 1, width equals to 100. Now TD, now again in the TD, that is in the cell, one more table will be created that has a border 1 and the width has 100. In this table, that is a nested table, there are 3 rows. One row is for the heading, name and salary. One row is for the name Ramesh Raman. One row is for the Shabir Hussain and the 7000. Then table will be closed for the inner one, that is the nested table. Then the TD will be closed. So within this cell, a nested table will be created. Look, within this cell, and this TD is of the table, outer table, that is a broader table, or we can say the wide table that is used, that is the table border equals to 1. So there are two tables, one is the nested table, one is the outer table, and within the outer table, within the main table, there is a nested table. Within that there is a TD that is used to represent the nested table. Then the TR will be closed, table will be closed, body will be closed, HTML will be closed. This TR is of the this TR closing, this table is of the this table closing, this body is of the this body closing, this HTML is of the this HTML closing. Now let's execute. This is the example of the nested of HTML. Now if I go on the desktop, this is nested.html. This is the name, salary, and within that this is the inner table. So this is the output, that is the same output. This is the inner table within the broader table within the inner table. The same output will be represented. This is the broader table, this is the inner table, that is the name, salary, Ramesh Raman 5000, Sabir Hussain 7000. This is the output of the inner table of the nested table, that is one table within another table. This is how the table will be created, how to use the table width, height, and the nested tables. Now next is the chapter number 11, that is the HTML list, that is how to represent the list, that is 1 2 3 4, or the bullet, that is dot within the HTML, that is the HTML list, that I'm going to start within the next class, because there is only one student, that is Benjamin. You are only available, so let's start in the next class, because this is an important concept, so that other also join the class. So that's all for today's session, and in the tomorrow's class I'm taking chapter number 11, that is very long chapter. So let's finish over here only, and in the next class move to the next part, move to the next chapter, that is chapter number 11, that is the HTML list. All right, so thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye. That's all for today's session. We will meet tomorrow with the new chapter, that is chapter number 11, HTML list. Thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye.